Okay, the last trailer for James Gunn's Superman is out, and well, it features a lot of scenes, a lot of action. It seems like it's gonna be a nice movie. I always have high hopes for James Gunn. The guy hasn't disappointed me as I speak for me. But there's this scene in which basically it's the start of the trailer in which Lois Lane is interviewing him as Superman. And I have some issues with the way he, let's say, overreacted to that. I'm going to play this part by part without music so I don't have any copyright issues. But here we go. This is the first part. Okay, wait a second. I have a problem with my audio. Where's my audio? All right. Now you should be listening to this.
You'd let me interview you as Superman.
Sure.
Ready?
Let's do it, Cronkite.
So it's a nice setting. They are, well, in a rather, let's say, intimate setting. Nobody is going to bother them. She's quite interesting. She interested. She is leaning into him. Okay, he is a bit leaning away. It's like he looks a bit defensive because he's hunching it. He doesn't very confident at the start of the interview, and this was bothering me just a bit. But I said, well, I'm going to give Superman a chance because he's Superman, right? How can he be afraid of an interview? And right now, this is. Before that, this was the attitude that I wanted from Superman. It was like he looked really confident in here, leaning forward, looking straight into Lois' eyes. Okay, this is the Superman that we have grown to love, right? He is he's doing his part really well. He also has this little head tilt. It's nice.
Ready?
Let's do it, Cronkite.
But that speaking, leaning backwards, that's a bit of insecurity. Not good for Superman.
Superman.
Miss Lane.
All right, Miss Lane, and he leans into her. Again, we have a bit of problem with continuity, but it's a teaser. I understand. Some of you are gonna say this is a trailer, Jesus. This is a trailer. Just cut him some slack. All right. So far, so good, let's say.
Recently, you've come under a lot of fire for what some might. It's a lot.
They are discussing, this is going to be like in The Incredibles, that if you're a superhero, maybe you can do great things, but at the same time, you're going to mess up with the city, a la Godzilla or in Captain America Civil War, when you know that the Sokovia Accords was to prevent from events like Sokovia happening again, because that's something that is going to happen eventually with superheroes. They have to be controlled in some way. So this is a premise that we have been exposed like how many times? And if you have read comics, well, you have been through that a couple times already.
Today, the Secretary of Defense said he was going to look into your actions.
Again, it's they are speed running Captain America Civil War, but again, not complaining, and he's got a nice reaction, as in, I don't care one bit about what the Secretary of Defense says. This was a nice reaction from Superman in that regard, but he was like pressing his hands a bit too much, like he was a bit nervous. Like he was rubbing his hands, he's pressing his lips. He is a bit upset about that. Well, nothing to worry about.
That's funny.
My actions? I stopped a war.
He says, okay, his actions are justified because he stopped a war. And, well, I would say that his demands has got a point.
That's funny.
My actions? I stopped a war.
Maybe.
Not maybe. I did.
That not maybe I did, that doubling down, I like that. He was very confident when he said, I did stop the war. All right, so that was nice, having that Superman being that kind of, bravado in that moment.
Not maybe. I did.
That was nice, nice body language, nice voice. Again, since I removed the music of the trailer, you might hear the voices a bit strange. That's part of the removal process. And again, I cannot play the music because of the copyright. But then,
In effect, you illegally entered a country.
This is how you're going to be?
I'm
we don't know at which point he stood up and he crossed his arms as in, I am threatened. Threatened by what? These are just questions, man. Chill out. Why did you? It's like, I mean, if this was Homelander, I would be really worried by this point. But it's like it was. Why are you reacting like that?
This is how you're going to be?
And speaking to her like that. This is that how it's gonna be? You're getting a bit too emotional, man. Too carried away. Chill out.
not the one being interviewed, Superman.
And she's trying to, well, just saying that I'm asking the questions. I'm just asking questions. I'm just interviewing you. And then
Did you consult with the president?
Oh, no.
that attitude was much better. That's like blowing off some steam. Okay, I'm tired of all this bureaucracy. I'm tired of all this paperwork. I just want to save people.
No.
You seemingly acting as a representative of the United States.
And again, the music is muffling what he says. I wasn't representing anybody. I was for myself, or representing myself, or something like that. It's good that this is not a lawsuit because, well, you know that what they say of people who represent themselves.
Representative of the United States.
Except for me.
Around
Doing good.
And look at how he says, doing good. It's like he's really upset. He's speaking like a teenager. Like a teenager right now.
Doing good.
Doing good. All right. Why are you upset with her? Again, it's a trailer. But even if in the context of... That's why I told you that the context was important. They are in an intimate setting. Nobody's bothering them. It's only the two of them. It's obvious that she already knows that he's Clark Kent and Superman at the same time. Why would he get upset like this? I mean, it's like somebody was having a point on X, and that one thing that is very important about Superman is Superman's convictions. And it's like, if you have such strong convictions, why would you react like this? This was John A. Douglas' conviction. That's one stalwart attribute of Superman that should stand above all others. He isn't just strong physically, he's also strong in his convictions. He would not be shouting at Lois in defense of his convictions. If anything, he's the one that usually puts Lois in her heels. This is not the way that Superman would react, and it gets worse.
I would question myself in the same situation and consider the consequences.
People were going to die.
And he begins shouting. He begins to shout. I mean, the only time Henry Cavill shouted was when he broke Zod's neck, and that's it. Why would you have to shout? Why would you have to shout? This is the thing that in this entire sequence, I don't know, like it's like you mean to tell me that he has grown knowing that he has those powers? I mean, how old could he be here? I'm very bad at guessing people's ages. I don't know David Cornsweat's age, or Superman's age in here in the movie, for that matter. But we could have a good guess that he has spent at least 20 years honing those skills and those powers and everything. Let's say it's kind of the Smallville storyline. And that will give you a real sense of what is the responsibility of that. And that will give some maturity, especially if you, were raised by your parents here on Earth. Why would you react like this? I don't know. I think it was a bit out of character for an interview. You can get angry at many things. You can get upset of many things, but I don't know why I have my doubts about this, but I would like to know what you think about this in the comments. My name is Jesus Enrique Rosas. I'm the Bottle Language Guy. Much love and bliss.